Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's a lovely Wednesday evening, and you already know what it is. Wednesday with West time. This is Donovan, Hitchmaster West, and I'm here to, field questions, have some dialogue. My man Mike the Gent, right on it. That's what's up. You got to join us, good brother, so we're looking for you to join us. All right? But we're going to get this conversation underway very shortly. As you know or may not know, if you're new to this, let me just explain to you. Wednesdays with Wes is about discussing all things relationships, okay? This is something that we do in between our event, which is called the Relationship Script. This is our opportunity to check your pulse, take your temperature, and see what's going on with you in between our events. So if you're just now checking in for the first time, thanks for joining us, all right? One of the things we love is when you actually ask us questions, all right? So any question at all, it doesn't matter. Just ask the question if you're so brave, all right? We really appreciate that. Edwards, thanks for joining us. Mike, thanks for joining us. Pumpkin from Pluto, thanks for joining us. So again, Wednesdays with Wes every Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., where we talk about all things relationships. And today we have another banger. It's a good one. I got my guy, Mike the Gent. He's going to be joining us very shortly. He's going to join the live, and we're going to talk about styling and profiling. I know some of you are like, well, what do you mean by that? Right? So, I'll tell you in a couple minutes. All right? I don't want to spoil it, but I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join us, and we'll get underway. But in between time, those of you that have joined us, please, please, please ask a question. Any question at all. You already know, if you've seen this before, I got my trusty bag of questions. It's just full of all types of questions from people that have DM'd me, but I will go there. However, they're not on the feed right now. You are. So whatever question you have, whatever comment you have, feel free to just go ahead and do that. I see my man Mike is ready to join us, so I'm going to go ahead and add him the way, all right? Thanks for joining us, Hazy Wise. I appreciate that. Let's see, my boy Mike is going to come through. There he is.
My guy.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? I'm trying to figure this thing out, bro.
Are you? What's going on? You having some technical difficulties?
I am, man. My clip broke. I had a clip to go with the clip on the table, on the edge of the table, man, and it broke. So we winging it right now.
Oh man, I hear you. You might want to get some books or something, lean that thing a certain kind of angle.
That's what I'm trying to do, but they ain't sitting up, man. We're going to figure it out, though.
You need to get one of those dummies to hold it in the background.
Man, what's good, man? I'm on the
background. They can't hold the phone. Nah, I'm just playing, good brother. I'm just playing, but I need you to hold your hand at least steady, because that thing,
I'm moving.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
I want to make sure that everybody get a chance to say what's up to Mike Babyface Taylor.
Man, I'm on the relationship script. I done made it.
That's right. You made it, man. But it's going to be a great conversation. We're talking about styling and profiling.
Right.
On the dating scene, it's so much about how you present. And I wanted to talk to you, and I'd like you to introduce yourself also to the audience, right?
For sure.
But I want you to tell the audience who you are, and on this topic of styling and profiling, why I chose you to rep on this topic. Can you just do that for a little bit? Introduce yourself.
For sure, man. And I appreciate you guys for having me on. But like he said, man, I'm Mike Taylor. You know me as Mike T the Gent on here. I am co-owner of a custom clothier company, Franklin and Anthony here. We in the DFW area in Texas. And so been doing this. Our company's been going for about 4 years, but I've been in the suit game, man, since probably about 10 years now, man. And so
okay.
It's my passion. It's what I love to do. It's what gets me going. So yeah, man, I always try to stay fresh. I always try to present myself well. And so styling and profiling, man, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. So for the audience, as you already know, this is Wednesdays with West. On the relationship script, we talk about all things relationships. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what does styling and profiling have to do with relationships? Well, the truth of the matter, it has everything to do with relationships. So let's just talk about, styling and profiling when it comes down to just the dating scene. When it comes, and when I say dating, by the way, I don't mean, oh, you're just single and dating. You could be married and dating. You can be in a committed relationship and going on dates. But what's the styling and profiling impact on the dating scene from your perspective?
Man, for me, man, I just feel like the same goes with how I would tell somebody when they're going on an interview, right? So your appearance and your style, to me, is what speaks before you even open your mouth, right? So if you're meeting somebody for the first time, whether it be a blind date or whatever, man, your style and your appearance says a lot about you. And so you want to always make sure, man, you putting your best foot forward, even on the dating scene, man, not just interview. Because I mean, technically, you have to look at going on a date, man. It's like an interview pretty much, because you're trying to get to know people. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look your best. You have to look the part. Like, make sure you put some effort into what you're doing. So, and that don't always mean, of course, I wear suits and that's what I do. That doesn't always mean, you got on the suit, but, just make it look like you put some effort into, your appearance. So
that's interesting, because I'm glad you said that. You talked about, going on that date to some extent is like going on an interview. And so you want to rep well. But often when we go on that interview, we present our most conservative self. Do you agree that in the early stages, when you're going out, you're hanging out or whatever, do you believe in presenting very conservatively, even if that may not be you, for the sake of, acceptance? Or do you believe that perhaps your style needs to be a little bit more organic to who you are?
I definitely think you should be it, and that aspect, it definitely differs from going on an interview, because you want to show your true organic self. Like, in my opinion, I don't want to meet somebody or be talking to someone and that's not the person you are. Like, so if I like to go and I normally don't wear a suit, and I wear, I'm cool with just jeans and a polo, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. Make sure it's ironed or whatever. It looks nice. Or if I'm a woman and I typically like to wear, a woman likes to wear a dress and maybe she likes to show a little cleavage, or maybe, you know what I mean? Something like that. I mean, you don't have to go all buttoned up if that's not your style. You know what I mean? I believe that you need to show your true organic self, because that person, you're trying to get to know each other. And if that's part of who you are, then they need to know that about you.
I agree. And Pumpkin from Pluto says, she agrees with the organic approach, and it also depends on where you're going. Now, let's talk about styling versus profiling, right? From your perspective, is there a difference? And if so, break it down for us a little bit.
Sometimes profiling can be seen as doing extra, I guess you could say. Just doing a little bit too much, like you putting on the show just to be seen. For me, you know what I mean? I dress up, but I don't dress for others. Of course, we like to be complimented on how we present ourselves. That's human nature. But for me, I don't dress for others. I dress for myself. And so I think once you get into doing profiling, you kind of lose a little bit of yourself, in my opinion.
Do you think that fellas, we might profile a little bit more than we style? What are your thoughts about that?
I would say, yeah. Well, we call it stunting. Stunting or faking the funk. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? We try to portray something that we're really not, sometimes. And it ain't just with all dressing. It's portraying a lifestyle that we really, we really not about, or we really don't live. So, yeah, there's definitely a difference, man. And I think guys do try to fake the funk sometimes. Yeah, I definitely do.
Now, do you think that based on certain people's funds, that maybe they should show up on the date in some sweats and their favorite T-shirt?
You know, I'm gonna say no, man, because I'm a suit guy at heart. So I'm gonna say no. But I mean, it depends on what you're doing for your first date too. Like you have to dress for the occasion, man, and that's like that goes with life, and that goes with everything, man. So if I'm taking you to a concert or we going to, you know, a nice dinner or something, I'm not gonna show up in sweats and a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's something that, you know, y'all going go-kart riding or you going to Top Golf, maybe, you know what I mean? Or y'all going hiking or I don't know, man. If it calls for that, I think you should dress for the occasion, you know. So
If I also hear you correctly, if your ends aren't like that, maybe you should just, you know, keep it simple.
definitely
Right?
be who you are.
So yeah, if your funds aren't like that, it's okay. I would suggest that you know, maybe a picnic, you know, maybe just a walk in the park.
Hey,
You know,
man.
maybe just a
Picnic,
coffee and conversation situation, you
picnics
know?
win, man. Picnics win. Because you got to think about it, man. A lot of people do first date is like what? Movie and a dinner. Like, you can't talk to that person and get to know them in the movies. Like, I don't want you talking to me while I'm watching this movie. So, man, a picnic is a win. Of course, sometimes some people look at it as cheap, but a picnic is a win, in my opinion, man. So
I agree. So I see your cousin is online. She said, "What's up?" You know,
oh
hey,
yeah.
I'm Fifi. Fifi said, "What's up?" Kimberly
What's
is
up,
saying, you know,
bro?
dress for the occasion, and Pretty 60 said, profile is an unrealistic, you know, perception of self. It can take away from a real connection being made. So I agree. I think that, you know, sometimes when you're profiling, you may actually put yourself outside of a space where the person that you may be targeting to impress may actually want to see you, and they may see you as, you know what, this person is too much. This person
Yeah.
is not even real. This person may seem like a demigod, or you know, or some kind of you know, some kind of entity larger than themselves. But
Yeah,
I
man.
totally agree.
It's just not authentic at all, man. So you have to. It's hard to kind of break away with that, especially with the day and age that we live in, man. And but you have to, man. You got to be authentic and true to yourself.
I agree. So for my people out there, ask us questions. As you already know, this is Wednesdays with Wes. Every Wednesday, we talk about all things relationships. Today, the topic is styling and profiling. But as you already know, whatever question you have about relationships, you can go ahead and feel free to ask us. We always love it when our audience asks questions real time so that we can get to you real time. As you always know, I always have my bag of questions. Also, that some of those questions were DM to us because, well, let's just say it, some people are a little shy and they don't want to, you know, they don't want to be associated with that question or situation
They
that
don't
they
want to
tend to
reveal their
ask for, right?
identity.
Exactly. But you know, our audience, they tend to jump right in, and they're not shy, so they ask us the questions right away. But again, the topic tonight is styling and profiling. You know, back to the topic of styling and profiling. I totally agree with you in terms of profiling, where it tends to be very commercial. It's not really authentic most times. It's to represent a certain kind of lifestyle,
Yeah.
an image that really is, you know, more of a fantasy than it is a reality. And I'm not against those who, you know, say, you know what, I'm going to walk this walk as if I'm there already. From a visualization standpoint, I don't have an issue, but I believe that at the end of the day, in terms of how you communicate, whether or not that's the lifestyle you're actually living versus, you know, this is the mindset that I'm in, that's a different thing, right? So,
Yeah, that's definitely different. So that goes to
mhm,
because you often hear the phrase don't dress for the position you're in, but for the position you want to be in. And so I totally
absolutely.
get that. But I mean, there has to be some authenticity there. So gotta walk that fine line.
I totally agree with you. So Wise Lady says, you know, try tea or coffee for the first meeting. Keep it simple, keep it reasonable, and keep it about the conversation. That's where I'm going to put I'm going to add on to that. Child says some people just aren't great dressers at all. I believe if a person is authentic and genuine, you can see past their clothing. I agree. I do also believe, though, that we're in a space and place where packaging is really a large part of the deal. You know, even as we want to be very as civilized as we want to be, you know, we're animals first, and I think we first look, and then, you know, from that look, we identify whether or not this person is someone that we're attracted to. I do believe, obviously, there are enough instances where you interact with someone, and based off of your interaction, you know, they can stimulate you mentally, and you can look beyond just, you know, their appearance to, you know, the content of their character, and be able to also, you know, have some attraction from that, you know, from that perspective. But I do believe right off the bat, we are looking at the package, and you're right. There are a ton of people. Let's be clear. There are a ton of people out there that are struggling with, you know, styling, with putting their clothes together a certain kind of way that I believe would make them even feel comfortable, you know, because, you know, it's not, I think there's a reason for all those mannequins like you have in your background is you know, people want, you know, people want some ideas as to, you know, how to put certain things together. So I totally agree with you
and
on that topic.
Let me just say, you know, I appreciate those people who don't know, because we wouldn't be in business if they, you know what I'm saying, if they didn't. So, but I mean, and goes back to the business, like that's where we're here to help. Like I've actually had people come to me and ask me to dress them for a date. You know what I'm saying? To style them. Hey man, I got a date coming up. I really want to make an impression. You know, this is where I'm going to in my wardrobe anyway. So this goes back to the styling and profile. This is an area that he wanted to actually move into. So we started, instead of doing a full suit, we started off with some casual stuff, like just some nice chinos and a nice dress shirt. Made that for him, something he was comfortable with, and got a lot of compliments on it. And so, and they're still dating now to this very day. So yeah.
That's good. And, you know, they call me the Hitchmaster, and part of the things that I do discuss when we're talking about, you know, identifying people of, you know, interest and how to attract them, or even if you are in a relationship, and how to keep that person, you know, clothing, attire, appearance, overall grooming, they all play a very key role. So I see there, Miss Creative said cleanliness and neatness are most important, but I love a man that can dress. So that's a vote from Miss Creative. Pumpkin says, in a committed relationship, do you feel like you should still be styling years down the line in your marriage or committed relationships? I think people should still dress to impress throughout. What are your thoughts?
Yes, be consistent. Like the same way you caught them is the same way you need to keep them. Simple.
I totally agree. I totally agree. At the end of the day, you know, that's how you got them, but it's not how you're going to maintain them or keep them engaged. In other words, I do think you need to continue to put in that effort. And
yeah.
And if your significant other isn't looking at you like, well, where are you going, or asking that question, or doing a double take, then perhaps you need to, you know, put a little bit more energy and effort.
Switch up the game.
Also, people change too, right? Bodies change, you know, tastes change, and things of that nature. So, you know, it's important that you know, you still put in some energy regardless of how you may change physically or how you may mature. Any other questions? I see, you know, Ray Nicole said, oh, where are they at? And then she got effort. Well, okay. You know, she, you know, we already know Ray be
the
out
homie.
there.
That's the homie.
That's right. Miss Creative says, if the wardrobe is good, but the teeth are jacked up, it's still a problem. Oh, she's shots fired. Shots fired. Listen, you heard it from Miss Creative. She said, get those teeth together. It's not just about the gear. Maybe you might need some veneers. So
hey,
I hear you.
And that's part of the game. Like, you got to do everything. Like, you got to make sure you're taking care of your dental hygiene as well as the clothes. In addition to the clothing, man, you can't be clean and then you open up your mouth and, you know what I mean? It all ties together, man. So, and that's some of the things we teach. We actually have done workshops like on how to present yourself, and it doesn't just stop at clothes, man. It goes to everything, to hygiene, like I said, to dental care, everything. Making sure you're going to the dentist, getting your teeth whitened and cleaned and everything like that. So,
right.
it's a part of it, man. You know, so
absolutely. You heard it here, from top to bottom, and the teeth are included, okay? Pretty Sexy said, I think regardless of style, in the sense of the latest fashion, is different from feeling that someone put their best effort forth for the occasion.
Yeah, read that again. Get that
right. Okay, okay. So I mean, it's not about the latest fashion, right? It's just about putting the best effort forward. So that I totally agree, and I think that at least if you do your best,
I think you still gotta somewhat be current though, man. Like, don't you?
no, listen. If you're in your, say you're in your 60s, right?
Okay, age
And
of
putting on on something that you need, that's the person you're going out with, or your wife, your whatever, and you up there. Do you go out there and say, okay, now I want those tailor leg, blah blah blah, and I want that fitted X, Y, and Z? And nah, you dress accordingly. I think at the end of the day, dress in a way that I would call seasonal, right? In the sense that you're representing your season in life.
Definitely.
And I think I don't think you can go wrong there. And if all goes wrong, just wear all black,
But then you look like a bouncer.
That's me. Stop. Shots fired. That's shots fired at me. I look like a bouncer if I wear all black. That's why I try to avoid wearing all black, because strangers coming up to me flashing their ID, and we're not even in front of. I'm not even in front of a building. It doesn't even matter. But I get it.
No, but yeah, man, I think it's definitely some what you call the season, I call the age appropriate. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But I would say not current. Yeah, I kind of teeter on that line. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna come to a date wearing a leisure suit or something they wore in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess if
it could be a throwback party. It could be a throwback party. You guys might decide to do a throwback Thursday date. See?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's pretty dope.
It's not. You could put on some old school gear. You could take public transportation somewhere. Y'all could do it, and it could just be something that you guys are doing. But again, just another great idea from the Hitchmaster, right? But
ideas, boy.
But Miss Creative, she talks about, she's going even deeper now, right? First she's talking about teeth. Now she's talking about manicures and pedicures, and then I see other people talking about how one of the best things a man can wear to complement what he's rocking is a nice watch, right?
So I've had several women tell me that they look at the shoes and the watch.
Right.
That a lot. And so this funny story, man. So it was a group, I'll never forget, in college, group of girls, and a girl like that we just respected, right? And she bad, beautiful young lady. And so she was one of the girls that told me that. So whenever I knew she was gonna be around, right? And all of my boys, I don't care if I had on hooping shorts and sweats, I always made sure I had on my freshest kicks. Just 'cause I didn't want her to clown me. I didn't even wasn't trying to date her, get her attention or nothing. But the fact that she told me that, I always made sure I had on my freshest kicks, man. And so, and I've been told that several times after that, man, that shoes are some of one of the first things they look at, shoes and a watch. And so I've always been a watch guy. I always wear a watch. And I try to wear nice shoes as well. So
that's it. Well, I think at the end of the day, it's just fair to say that you're under surveillance from top to bottom.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. They see you from top to bottom and say, okay, he's got a haircut all the way down to the shoes are nice. And then before you know it, it's almost like an exam. They're checking the teeth, they're looking inside your earlobes, they're smelling you, I think at the end of the day, it's a thorough.
Don't Don't kill them with the cologne. Don't put too much on.
I agree. I agree. I agree. So, Eva said anything fitted on a guy is key. You know, Miss Creative says I'm 60 and some guys in my age bracket are still stuck in the 70s. Ouch. Ouch. Shots fired at the fellas that are out there still looking like Mr. Roper.
Bang, bang.
You hear that? You know, Eva talks about with confidence, you know, but I hear you. You know, Ray was talking about she's not 60, but it's not about that, just the age group. But I do agree with you. Sometimes people are looking like the best of the 90s. You're still struggling out there, you know, with your super baggy jeans and your button up shirt.
Yeah, boys rocking the Nietzsche and
Yeah, I mean, but again, I think what's even more important than, you know, are you wearing something from the more recent, you know, year or 2 years ago, whatever. But I think at the end of the day is actually, you know, caring about how you're presenting yourself. I do also agree that you don't necessarily want to, you know, do too much. Keep it simple. You know, it's really not about, you know, that 3-piece suit or those, you know, Ferragamos or, you know, or Bruno Maglias or anything. It's not about that, you know. And at the end of the day, if that's where you're starting, I mean, the only expectation is that you go up from there. So do you want to put yourself in that space where now it's just a, you know, an impression game, right?
Definitely.
So I see here, you know, Eva says it's if a man is a leader, anything he wears is a statement. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
But hold up, you know what? One of my team, Lydia, says suits are like lingerie to us, and sweatpants season is a real thing. Whoa, whoa!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yo, sweatpants season. Okay, fellas. Them gray Tatianos. Okay, them gray Tatianos. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you're looking for, then go ahead and rock them. Okay.
Hey,
I'm just gonna tell you.
Hey,
like,
do what you gotta do,
man.
Do what you gotta do.
What you gotta do. You know what I mean? It's fall. I get it. You know, I get it. But just be careful when you rocking those gray Tatianos. Okay.
But I want to hear from the ladies too, because you said something like that. I've seen like memes and posts about that. A suit to a lady is like lingerie to a man. Is that true, ladies? I need y'all feedback on that real quick. Is that true? I know ladies like.
Well, Lydia just said that. Lydia just said it. You know,
okay.
Miss Lydia said that's what it is for her. How many ladies out there agree? I see Wise Lady said, I agree. Nothing like a good smelling, good shoe wearing guy. It's a good sign in my book. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Ready for relationships. So what else do you all have to say? Pumpkin says, I like a man with a variety, very diverse. I will smell you. I like scents. Okay, so she's letting you know she's coming up.
She gonna be sniffing you off the back. Hey, I hope you subtle with it at least. Like, give him a hug and you ain't just coming and sniffing them. Like,
I don't know. Pumpkin is like, I will smell you. Like, that sounds almost like a threat. Like,
hey, that's cool. Do whatever you got to do.
Listen, now, Miss Creative says, gotta get the wax. It's bitter to the tongue. What?
Wait,
what?
Hold on. What?
What?
That escalated.
Let's move right along.
That can't be what I'm thinking about. That escalated quickly.
Listen, man, look. This is Wednesdays with Wes. Anything goes. Any comment goes. I'm not going to skip past you or nothing like that. So, all right. Sample size said, "What's up?" Real sample size said, "What's up? What's going on?"
What's up, man?
What up? Child, what up? Miss Creative talking. Speaking of lingerie, why do men want us to wear lingerie, but they don't? Good question. Go ahead.
Wear lingerie.
Why do men want them to wear lingerie, right? Want the ladies to wear lingerie, but the men don't? You know, maybe it's like some silk boxers or.
Okay. I
I'm not
mean,
going to get into the, you know, the elephant trunk speedos or, you know, I guess that is. I don't know.
hey, I'm whatever, you know, keep that spice, whatever you got to do, whatever that has. I think that's something that has to be discussed and, you know what I'm saying, agreed upon. Like, because a lot of men might not even like lingerie, you know what I'm saying? That could be.
And
It could feel
I
like,
think women should be more forward. Like, women, if you want your man to wear lingerie, then put it out there. You
let
know,
them
maybe
know.
get him a pair
Yeah.
or you know, just let them know that, you know, that, and maybe if you want to be surprised or something to that effect. But I think women also demonstrating that level of interest in their guy in that space, right? I think, you know, not many men, especially those that I've coached and also my friends or whatever, they're not really talking about, and not that we talk that much, but just overall talking about the woman showing that kind of energy and interest in that space in terms of what you wear or whatever. I think it's a lot more to deal with grooming and all that other good stuff as opposed to, you know, whether or not you're rocking some lingerie or something.
I gotta stop reading these comments. It's funny. She said, "Yes,
Can
some
you read
silk
it, Miss
boxers."
Mika?
No, I was reading. Who was that? Hot Face. Am I reading that right? Yeah. Yeah.
What
Go.
hot face said?
Cause you reading that order. I'm reading out of order.
Oh, okay. So Lydia says, you know, I second the black dress comment. The black dress comment was, you know, referring, you know, again, the gray sweats being like the little black dress, you know, to women.
Yeah, that's not. That's like sundress season. That's like sundress
Slendering,
season. Yeah.
slendering, sundress season. Okay,
We
now
just.
sundress season.
Yeah. We we
Yeah.
we at the end of the sundress season. So we going into sweatpants season, gray sweat season now. We just got out of sundress season.
Okay.
Sun,
Facts.
sundress,
I'm
sundresses and rompers. Rompers been killing it too lately.
rompers though.
Yeah.
That's just keep that down in Texas, man. Let's keep that down in Texas. Let's just
Well,
move right along. Eva says, "Give me a bright smile, nice classic watch, and cologne for me, and she's good to go." Alba said, "A nice fitted suit shows that he, you know, that he has style and cares about how he looks. So yes, a suit is a step up." Child says, "Yes, indeed, a man in a suit captures a room." And oh, Miss Creator, she cleaned up the comment about the ears. You know, she was about the wax. She was talking about, you know, your ears. So, you know, the whole comment about, you know, the wax and it be salty and, you know, yeah, that way. So,
oh, she was talking
so
about
pretty,
earwax. Wait, that's
yeah,
still kind of.
earwax. Yeah, like, okay, like, all right,
Okay.
say less. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay, I got you now.
okay. Right,
I'm
right.
with
We back on track, right.
you. Thanks for
So
that clarification.
360 said, no, not baggy, untailored suits, not an uncoordinated suit. They do nothing for me. Suits that display style, fashion, sense, and fitted. She gives them a yes. So the real sample size said, nothing like a tall Jamaican man in a suit that knows how to smize. Shots fired. I
Yeah,
appreciate
that
that.
was
Thank you
straight. That
very
was
much.
straight to you, my boy.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you very much.
specific. Very specific.
Right? I appreciate the love. So what other comments we have? Lingerie is an act of femininity and role play. That's what Eva says. All right. And then hot face, you know, yes, boxers, silk boxers, and some smell goods will be nice every now and then. Every now and then, okay. So any other thoughts, questions, comments you guys got? Shoot them over here. Donovan, don't do Texas, Houston ain't on the romper trend. Well, you know, Mike just said, you know, romper trend is in It's in the building over there in Texas. Listen,
but
we're here in Philly. Don't bring no rompers here. That's what I'm saying to you.
not for men. Not for men. I'm talking about for women.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, let me correct that. Yeah, let me correct that.
You know what I'm talking about. There was a couple of, men's fashion thing. We saw some romper stuff. You remember that? It was crazy.
But now come on, D West. You know me better than that. I ain't championing no rompers, bro. I can't do that. Not for me personally.
All right.
But
all right, we good. Everybody's good. Everybody calm down.
Yeah, I was talking about women. I was talking about women in rompers.
All right. Well, then bring the rompers on then. That's all right. Okay, we good. Everybody's back on track. There's no more salt and wax comments. There's no more romper comments. We good. If you're just now checking in, this is Wednesdays with Wes. I have my guest this evening, Mike Taylor, Mike the man, Mike the Gent Taylor. He got some brown in his glass. And
you already know.
He's talking to us about styling and profiling. I see Calm Before the Storm talks about how about looking good when doing everyday chores? Is that important, i.e. walking the dog, getting coffee? Let me go ahead and tell you that when you're taking care of chores, I do think you should look still half decent. You should look like a total mess. However, I do understand we got times when we don't feel like it and all that other stuff. I get it. But if you're walking the dog, that means you out in public. Should you be looking like a total mess in public? I was raised differently. We don't do that. We put on something half decent, actually decent, when we just went to the corner store. Whenever we were just walking out the door, we did that. And as for around the house, well, yeah, you can dress down and, put on something that you don't mind getting beat up and dirty and things of that nature. But I do believe also when you are in a relationship, you're married or, cohabitating, you're in that space, you don't have to look like you took everything apart. So, be a little bit more mindful about how you dress down all the way down, even when you're around the house. Now, doing your chores is a little different. I think that you can go ahead and put on that do-rag and the sweats and everything else that go with it.
And man, and let me say, because I got humbled, right? I had an experience where I did go out and I wasn't dressed up, right? And went to a grocery store and ran into one of my clients. And it was in my mind what was just a quick trip. I didn't want to put on no clothes. I had on some basketball shorts, t-shirt, and some shoes. And we ran into one of my clients. He's like, Mike? Didn't even hardly recognize me. And I was like, hey, you talk about being embarrassed, because all he ever saw me in was a suit. And so and of course, for me, that's my uniform. But
you mess around and lose a client that way, man.
Hey, for real. But yeah, you always want to be presentable, especially like you said, you going out in public. You always want to, that don't mean throw on a suit, but you want to look halfway decent.
Absolutely. So Lydia asks, have you ever heard of chore play? You go ahead and you take a stab at that first.
Have you ever heard of what?
Chore play.
Chore play?
Chore play is when you are doing your chores and certain people, because of it being a chore and how you may actually approach doing your chores, it leads into other types of work being done at home.
Yeah. I've engaged in that before. I've never called it chore play. I guess I never knew the name for it, but yeah, because you doing, I guess, so say like you cutting the grass, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times I've had women tell me they like to see a man sweat, and you cutting the grass and you come in the house and and you sweating. It's hot outside, especially down here in Texas. It's hot. We sweating, so we walk in the house and you feeling manly. You got your testosterone built up and everything. And they see you glistening and whatnot.
Yo, you said glistening, bro?
Yeah, you glistening, bro. You said you sweaty, you glistening. So that might, that might get it popping, after you done did your chores, or vice versa. You see your lady taking care of the house. She doing stuff around the house. and you might be doing something and you come in and you see her taking care of things around the house. That's a turn on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I
I'm
agree. I agree. I think at the end of the day, seeing your mate doing something, whether it is your love language, right, to kind of bring it back into the relationship fold, whether it's a love language and you love seeing your significant other, with the deeds, or it's just a fantasy and saying, you know what, I normally see, him or her just dressed up going to work, or after work they're in the kitchen or in the living room, but I don't see them just with some shorts on, cleaning up or whatever, and you observing them straightening up the house. Also, there's a sense of intimacy, right? As you're taking care of the home, there's also a greater sense of intimacy in terms of being a partner for that space. And so all these things may, set some things off. And well, I'm not sure if the chores even get done, but at least there was good intentions, right?
it's not getting done. Man.
So yeah, you got a lot of other people commenting. Pumpkin saying absolutely, Wes. Leaving the house with a look is important. Eva talks about, yes, that's correct. I was given a lesson by her, her mother. Miss Creative says you never know when an emergency may take place. Dress up and be ready for that. And Eva said my grandmother died in heels. Like, she made that real. Like, okay, all right, okay. She said she died looking fierce. Okay, all right. But yeah, Eva talked about chore play. It'll get you pregnant, ladies. Be careful. All right. But it's real. I mean, it's real. I think there are a lot of different ways that you can be appealing in that space, and even when you're doing your chores, absolutely. So Miss Creative, of course, being creative with her comments, talking about chore play needs to be in the shower. Okay, I guess you could be cleaning the bathroom, Miss Creative, and then let it jump off from there. Okay, all right. So Lydia coming with the statistics. Studies show that women get turned on by seeing their men help with chores, and chore play is a real thing for some couples. I would say more than some for most, if they're actually being honest. Because I think for a man also, if he sees his woman, cooking, cleaning around the house, doing something like that, and if she's not cursing while doing it, okay, if she's not in a bad mood while doing it,
she
or
actually
talking dirty
to do
about it, I think that that can definitely be something that could be a turn on also for the fellas. So, big man culture, Big Mike is asking why Mike is so close to the screen. The answer to that is because Mike Taylor's glasses are fake. They're not real. He does need glasses, but they are they are not real, people.
Oh,
This
so
segment brought to you by Omega Optical.
So we doing this?
This segment brought to you by Omega Optical. Listen, man, if you need some, you need to just get some, and then that way we good, right? So, no, I'm just messing around. But so Lydia asked Mike and Don, please tell us, ladies, what are some great gifts for men? Great gifts for men. So I'm gonna let you kick that one off. What are some great gifts for men?
Off the top, man, you can never go wrong with a watch and cologne. That's some fairly simple. Yeah, for me, I say a watch and cologne. For me, you can. I'm into suits and ties and stuff like that, so you can give me a tie, and I would like it. I'd be, for me, even if I don't like it, the tie that you pick, I think the thought that you put into that, knowing that's my passion and that's what I like, that would be dope to me. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say an iPad, a laptop.
Oh, you bougie, boo.
I'll give you my measurements, so that either Mike Taylor or Mike Moss, Big Man Culture, or Franklin and Tony, you can get me a suit from one of these guys.
So you bougie.
You can give me a American Express gift card. You can also check for my registry, for justbecause.com registry. No, I'm joking. but I agree. You know, ties, cufflinks.
Cufflink.
You know, you know, a watch. Obviously, I love watches. You know, those are some great gifts. Cologne. I love colognes as well. You know, tie pins. You know, those are cool. These little additional pieces. You know, the little. That's it, man. Right. So just these little things that are simple, but you know, at the end of the day, when you're styling and profiling, you can add it on to your repertoire, so to speak.
Let me
Let me see. Go ahead.
I'll say this too, man. I think you could just, I mean, depending on what it is, I think you can just ask the guy. Like for me personally, I'm just speaking for myself. Just the fact that you thinking about me, it's dope. Like even if you just came to me and asked me what I wanted, I would be cool with that too. Honestly speaking, like the fact that you just thought about me and you want to give me something, you just unsure of what to give me, I think that's dope. So that's just
I
me.
totally agree. It's all about the thought, and putting some effort behind the thought means a whole lot. And even if you came up with you know, a card on construction paper, or even just your thoughts, you know, not real talk. I think at the end of the day, we've gotten so material that, you know, it's really about how much is this person really tuned in, you know, to me, as opposed to just doing the run of the mill type thing. So, you know, love on that person the way that they like to be loved. So understanding their love language is the first clue in really getting your guy the gift that he wants. Eva says, you know, island women were always told to wear, you know, clean underwear. You never know if you may fall down. Well, as an island man, the same thing. That, you know, my mom, my grandmother always told me the same thing. Always make sure that you're wearing clean underwear. You just never know, period. Big Mike is talking about the cataract script. He's still shots fired over the situation regarding you leaning in so much to read those comments, but it's okay, Mike. I got your back. All right.
I'm not worried about Mike, bro. You know he gonna be blowing up the comments, so we're not worried about Mike.
We know this, but Eva jumping in talking about hello Clark Kent. Just, you know, just let us know when you're gonna turn into Superman. That's so. There you go. What do men like to see women wear more often than not? Pumpkin from Pluto is asking that question.
I'm a nice dress, man. I know a lot of women love heels. I like heels too. It just does something to the leg, man. So I say a nice pair of heels. You can't go wrong with a nice pair of heels, in my opinion.
I think women should wear more confidence. Should wear more confidence. All right.
That was a real nice piece to answer.
They should wear more confidence. I mean, heels are nice. Heels are nice. I love heels. A nice dress. I love a nice dress. I think when a woman just takes time to put on, you know, some clothes, and she cares about how she looks overall, I think that her confidence grows, and how she moves is really the thing that's going to, you know, catch my attention. Because I've seen women in flats, but because they got a pep in their step and they feel good about what they're wearing, I think that's very attractive. And I think that, you know, it's not worn enough. I think many times you put something on and you're still just going A to B, but how do you really feel in it? And I'd like to see when someone is walking and going about their business, that you see that they feel good or that they feel confident.
No,
not feeling like defensive or they're going from A to B and that's it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Confidence goes a long way, man. It definitely does.
Yeah. So what else do we have here? Keeping up with the hoodie, no, keeping up with the duty. Is this from a single point of view or marriage? All our perspectives. I want you to, you know, clarify that a little bit. So shoot something else in our in the thread so we can get some more clarity from you. If he's a sports guy, nice team, a nice team fitted. Depends on what he likes. That can work. That can work. Some sports memorabilia or something like that. You can't go wrong, especially if he's really into sports.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. We're not going to do this here. We're not going to do this here, okay? We're not. You know who you talking to, all right?
I already know. I know, Philly.
Listen. We're not going to do this. Okay, we got a couple minutes left in the show. You were doing good, and then you want to bring up the cowgirls.
Cowboy
simmer
Nation.
down.
Don't disrespect America.
We're not going to do this, okay? Eagle Nation, everywhere we go, okay? People want to know who we are, okay? So we tell them.
So you tell them.
Let's keep it moving, all right? Anyway, so Pretty 60 says love letters for some couples, you know, especially those that are always on the go, can be great gifts as well. I totally agree. Sharing a little bit of yourself, I think, goes a longer way than just buying some of these items. These items are great that we talked about, but when you can share a little piece of yourself, your thought, your sentiment towards someone, I do think that there's a great deal of value there because that's unique and that's something that you're giving that can't be duplicated.
For sure.
Heads up, shoulders back, body shapers. Wow. Miss Creative is taking shots at the ladies, you know. But anyway.
Body shapers.
Yeah, D West talking about I love ideal women. D West, I need you to tell us more about that. What do you mean when you say that, all right?
Yeah, that was
Thanks
real.
for joining me, Devorah. I appreciate you joining us. But listen, we got a couple minutes left, and let's talk just a little bit about what's going to jump off in October. October 4th, October 5th. Man, ATL.
Going down.
Okay. It's going to go down in ATL. We got an amazing event. The relationship script is going to touch down. Finally, ATL. We're going to be there doing what we do at Sweet Lounge. I got my lovely co-host, Devorah. I got my other co-host in the building right here. Mike's going to be joining us in person, okay? And I got so many other people in store. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be an amazing show. We're going to do our best to go live also so that those who can't make it, those who can't get to ATL, will be able to get some of the visuals at least. You know, we got Big Man Culture going to be in the building. It's going to be a problem. Anything you want to share about that?
Yeah, Big Man Culture. He'd be the brightest dude in the house. Just look for the most yellow, most yellow guy in the house. I guarantee he done screenshotted me looking close at the screen, and he gonna be talking noise later.
you know how Big Mike does it, but it's going to be an amazing event.
Definitely, but no, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about the event, man. I've been watching you do relationship script, man, in other cities, man. And I enjoy what you're doing, man, and just giving the advice that you've been given, man, is good sound advice as well. And so, man, to be a part of it, to come on here today, to be a part of it, help promote, and also be a part of it live and in color in ATL, man. I'm excited for the opportunity, excited for what you're doing, man. I think we're going to have a great time. Thank
you very much, man. I appreciate you.
When we get together, man.
What'd you say?
I said, we always have a good time when we get together, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. And I'm looking forward to that new suit too that I'm gonna be rocking. I'm gonna be debuting there. All right. So that's gonna be off the chain. I can't wait. I'm gonna have that heat. On October 4th.
Let me get on my horse. Let me get it.
And ATL is going to be ridiculous. And you got Mike Moss is also going to be doing his thing down there. You got the man-made conference that's going to be on October 5th. Say
yes, sir. I said the men's empowerment event, man, is going down.
That's going to be off the chain as well. And it's something that's going to be important when I'm participating, and it's on my birthday as well. So. But it's okay. It's going to be all right. I'm going to have a good time anyway, But that's what happens when you get old. You start doing all this responsible stuff on your birthday, man. You don't party no more. You do conferences.
Yeah. Well, you go work. Go secure the bag, man.
Secure the bag, I will. But it's going to be great. I need everybody, if you're in the ATL arena, if you can get there, you should go ahead and get those tickets for the event. October 4th is the relationship script. October 5th the men's conference that my man Mike Moss, aka Big Man Culture, he's going to be having that event there as well, and it's just going to be phenomenal. Real
Don't
talk.
forget the after party too, after the man-made, after the conference as well. So for the men, that's open to everybody, man. That's open to everybody.
Man. No, this is the VIP. You don't. We'll talk offline about that. Don't even worry about that. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
I know. I heard of this best of ATL kind of VIP thing that was going to be. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it.
I'm just joking. I'm just cutting up people. But anyway, so thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate that. Mike the Gent, tell everyone how they can get in contact with you, man.
Most definitely, man. I am Mike T the Gent on here. That's Mike T _ the Gent. You can also my business page is at Franklin and Anthony. I don't know why Donovan always calls us Franklin and Tony. I guess he just shortened Anthony to Tony. But we are at Franklin and Anthony, so you can reach us on here. Website is www.franklinandanthony.com. If you're needing a suit, custom suit, we do both men and women. We do travel, so reach out to us. We would love to work with you guys. So, but those are the ways you can reach out to me. So, I appreciate y'all. Relationship Script, D West. It was a pleasure, man.
No problem, man. No problem, bro. You heard it, Frank and Tony. Let's get it. Franklin and Anthony. I'm just joking. It's Franklin and Anthony. You're right. I do be chopping it up. But I got your cell number, so I don't care about no Franklin and Anthony. I just text you like, yo, where's my suit at? Let's get it. And that's it, okay?
Yes, sir.
But for everybody else, go to at Franklin and Anthony and get what you need to get. But a couple of other comments. Got to make sure my brother D West out there, thank you for joining us. And he says a woman that looks confident, fully dressed. I agree with you. Eva says, we need more competent guys nowadays. So, competent or confident, or maybe you mean both. XL Tribe, thanks for joining us. My boy Kirk is in the building, holding it down, right? And then Child says, how about the guy in the nice suit and watch, but he's shallow? Well, if he's shallow, then I don't suggest you dive in. You just go ahead and, everybody that's shallow.
I see what you did there.
You like that, right? If he's shallow, guess what? You leave him over there because he's in the kiddie pool. So just stay away at the end of the day, unless you just want to get your feet wet. But then remember, that's your choice. We're going to keep that pushing. Hope you got all the advice in that little comment I made, okay? Ms. Lydia said Big Man should join the live show. So, yes, Big Mike Moss, he will be joining us very soon in one of our lives. And, I'm pretty sure Mike Taylor will have his turn at
I'm going to fire him up. I'm going to fire him up.
Now you hear your boy, right? Big Moss talking about, before we leave out, can we close out in prayer over Mike T's grainy phone? He's just more jabs, man. Just more shade.
Mike got the same phone I got, man. He got the same phone I got.
It's all right. It's okay.
It is what it is.
T-Mobile reject box. He's going in on it. So anyway, listen, we're 1 minute away. Please keep tuning in every Wednesday, 9 p.m., Wednesdays with Wes, at the Relationship Script. I'll see you very soon. And please, please, please start getting your tickets for October 4th at the Relationship Script. It's going down, all right, in a town near you. Just DM us for questions in the future about where we're going to be next. We'll talk to you soon. It's been Wednesdays with Wes. This is Donovan, Hitchmaster Wes, and it's been my pleasure.
My guy.
Peace.